My name is Blessed Ngoe. I am a doctoral student at the University of Colorado in Boulder. Today we have a very special package for you. It is a recast or a reenactment of Bole Butake's The Survivors by the original cast. This play was first performed in 1989. That is 32 years ago, such a long time. Well, we're going to have the pleasure of actually being with people who actually performed the play and other new ones. Before we get into the play, a few housekeeping things that we need to take into consideration. Down here around your screen, there is a question and answer tool that you can use to interact with the cast and other people on this platform. We ask people to be very, very cautious, to be quiet, and to enjoy this moment. Before we get into the whole thing, let me just say that this program has three phases. We'll have the play, and then we are going to have a short panel discussion with the actors. And then finally, we're going to have a question and answer session. I am going to call on the director of this particular dramatic reading, who is also the organizer, Professor Joyce Ashuntantang, to talk to us a little bit about this event. Thank you very much. Welcome, Professor Ashuntantang.
Well, thank you so much, Blessed, and welcome again to all of you who have joined us on this World Theatre Day. And I know that some may be wondering, I thought she was a poet. I thought she's a professor. What's she doing with World Theatre Day? Well, for those who don't know it, theater is in my past. Acting is in my past. And interestingly, it's in my present because although I have not been on a stage acting a play, I have never left the stage from the age of about 4 years old. And I think that is true to all the actors who are here with me today. Acting has remained a core of our personality. We were actors in high school. We were part of the Yaoundé University Theatre. We founded our own troupe in Yaoundé Master Key Theatre. And some of us were founding members and others members of the Flame Players. And so it's really amazing that after 32 years, we have gathered here again to do a dramatic reading. It's not a reenactment as such, because as you know, we are on Zoom. And so we cannot really act out the play. It's a dramatic reading today. So you would have a chance to ask me questions at the end, ask cast members questions at the end. Just post your questions on the forum, as Blessed said. And we have a short panel discussion after this, and it's not going to be by the cast members. We have some panelists in the audience that we would bring up to just briefly discuss the play. So without any further ado, we would have a musical interlude and dive right into the play. Thank you. By Bole Butake, The Survivors. The Survivors, by Bole Butake. The Survivors.
A village was teeming with life until that night when complete darkness befell the land. The silence of the night was only punctuated every now and then by the eerie sounds of owls and other night birds. Suddenly, there was the sound of an airplane and a loud bang, an explosion. There was complete pandemonium in the darkness and shouts of terror. Aye, mama mia, I don't die, woo, 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 and extreme agony. Ah, ah, ah. Then nothing. The world woke up to the news broadcast on the radio.
Reports are coming in of a major disaster in the mountainous region of the Republic in which many lives have been lost. The government is rushing military personnel and equipment to the region to bring relief to the afflicted people. In this connection, all military officers are requested to report at military headquarters with immediate effect. The government is sending out appeals to all citizens and friendly countries for any relief assistance for the afflicted people. We will bring you details in the full news bulletin at midday.
So, when did they arrive? These soldiers now guarding this tragic village? Only 5 villagers survived the disaster. Hundreds of men, women, and children dead. Animals all dead. Even fishes in the water dead. The survivors are hanging on to the others in fear. They are now one big family. An old one, only known as Old One. A woman, Mboysi, who was the school teacher of the village primary school before the disaster. A man, Ngujo. A boy called Tata, and his sister, Bolame. They must find their way out of this village to find food, shelter, and help so they can bury the dead. They sing a dirge as they try to find their way out.
Where's Tata? Where's Tata? Did I hear something? Did I hear somebody talking?
Don't move! Don't move!
Hey,
Oh.
who is that? Hey.
There is no going forward, and there is no turning back.
Terrifying voices, Old One. Did you see anything? Anyone?
But my eyes are growing tired. You should answer that one, young man. Did you see anything?
I saw nothing, but that terrifying voice is a voice of officer.
What? The voice of who? The voice of who? How do you know? Tata, how do you know?
Yes, of course. Every market day they come here and catch me.
Because of tax. The people who carry gun, the people who wear khaki clothes and catch men.
Officer, catch man.
What did you say, Owen? What did you say?
Officer Cashman.
You heard right. Officer, catch man, my daughter.
But the crime, the crime.
You mean the crime we have committed?
Yes.
You mean the crime we have committed?
Yes. What crime have we committed? Tell me. Huh?
Survivor.
What do you mean by survivor? What? What do you mean survivor?
How? How did you survive the thunderbolt? How did you escape the dreadful thing?
How did we survive?
How did we survive? Can we even
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How did you survive? Old One, how did you survive?
Officer.
Oh, don't worry. Just stop asking him many questions. How did I survive? How did I survive? And, my daughter, how did you survive? My son, how did you survive? How did we survive?
Silence!
Oh, okay. We may not even speak.
We may not even speak. We may not even speak. I will speak. God gave me a voice to speak. I will speak.
Silence!
Speak now. Do you not believe me? Speak. Speak.
What? What to believe? What not to believe?
It was by far better. It was by far better to die with the rest. It was by far better to die
Did you have a choice in the matter, woman? Did you?
We had no choice, Owen. We had no choice. But it was by far better to die with the rest. It was by far. It was by far. It was by far.
I am hungry. There's hunger in my belly, mother. I'm hungry.
Me too. There's hunger in my belly. I can die of this. This my truth, mother. Mother, I can die, mother.
Where do we go now? Where do we go now? The children have voiced our worst fears. Where do we go? We have nothing to eat.
I am hungry.
We have no water to eat.
I want to drink water, mother.
The children have brought our worst fears. The children have brought our worst fears.
But we can go down to the valley where I see palm bushes. Mother, there must be water there.
Son, wait a minute. Come with me. Let us go and see if there is water in the valley. Come, let's go.
Okay.
Try and go.
Stop!
Hey,
Huh?
that's what my...
No, huh?
Stop! What?
Buja, what did he do to you?
What happened?
He pointed his gun at me. He nearly killed me. What, man?
Huh? Who are you? Huh? Who are you? Hiding your face in the bush like the coward that you are, uttering menaces, pointing things at people. If you are a man, yes, if you are a man, show your face and talk to me, man to man.
Silence! Silence!
Is the fellow mad? He knows only two words. She talk, she lies, she silence.
Yes.
Go!
Yeah, all one. You forgot one more. Have you heard the third one now? Paw!
Bulami, po.
Stop! No, don't frighten the poacher. You savage, look at you.
There is no going forward. There is no turning back. We are caught in the web of a spider.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not me. Not me. I will not allow myself to be eaten by the spider.
So what are you going to do? Look at how he's just talking. What are you going to do?
Well, what am I going to do? Buy my freedom.
The same way you bought your life?
I can't talk.
Well, I do not understand you. I don't know what you mean, old one. But I think we can negotiate.
What's he saying?
What? Negotiate?
Yes.
What? With who? How can you negotiate with a man that you cannot even see?
Well, we can negotiate with her corporation, you know.
What?
Huh?
What? My corporation?
Yeah, yes,
My corporation? What do you mean? What do you mean with my corporation?
Yes, with your corporation, Mboysi. You know, you can speak to him in the language that he understands. You know, having been a school teacher in our community, you can speak in the language that he understands. Moreover, you're a woman with a great charm.
Correct. Correct. I see where you're going. Correct.
A woman will soften the hardest heart.
Oh, yes. Will soften the hardest heart. Even the heart of officer, especially.
Tell me more. The heart of officer. If you people think you can abuse me like that, if you think you can
Woman, my daughter, it is no abuse. Go, woman. Go to him. Go and speak to him in the white man's language. He will listen to you. Show him that we are people too. Go, woman.
I am not going. I am not going. I am not.
Woman, For the sake of the children, please go to officer, please. These children must survive to tell the story.
What story? What story is that to tell, Owen? You make me to remember that dark night. You mean the decimation of a clan in one night?
No, woman. And yes, the failure to decimate the whole clan. The children must survive.
Old one, you begin to understand me.
You want me? Look at how he's talking. You talk, You cannot go. You want me to go down and get killed?
But my daughter, he did not kill Gujo, only frightened him.
Mother, please.
I know the children, they want to do.
Please. Mother, please. I'm hungry. If only I can go down to the valley where I see the palm bushes. There is water. Mother, please, I want to drink water. Mother, please go. Mother, please.
Okay, be patient, children. Be patient, children. Okay, be patient. I will go to officer. Okay. Officer, do you hear me, officer? Do you hear me, officer? Do you hear me?
A determined Mboysi approaches officer with her womanly charms. We don't have to guess what happened between them. She returns wearing a different set of clothes. She's also carrying a soldier's knapsack containing some goodies, including the much needed water and food. Gujo rushes forward to help her. Mboysi is slowly waning over officer's hurt. Old One and Gujo take note. But will officer allow the survivors to continue their trip to Ewawa? Stay glued.
Hey. Look at that. Let me help you. Can I help you a bit? Wow, look at how much she has brought. Can I give you a Mboysi? Woman.
Where were you? Look at him now.
What?
Coming to help. It's easy. It's easy for you to come and help right now. Look at him. You should take. I brought a lot of things.
You said in Gujo, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
That woman will unnerve any man. After war, wine, and the women.
Yes. Oh, woman. Oh, great woman. I knew you would break him. He even gave her new clothes. I knew she would accomplish the task. You see, woman, I knew, just like Owen has said, after war, wine and women.
Does he have a wife?
Wait. Didn't Gujo send me there? Was it his intention to trade me for his salvation?
No, not at all. Not at all. But you see, woman, you are our savior. Yes, the old one here was right when he said, go and speak to him in the white man's language. He said, show him that we are people too. You see, you have saved us. You have saved us from thirst and hunger. Woman.
Woman, I was asking, woman, does he have a wife? Otherwise, I don't see how or where he got those clothes. Does he?
You won't believe it. Let me tell you. But his house is packed with sacks, huge boxes, and bales of I don't know what.
Huh? Oh, is that where you got the new clothes that you're looking shiny in them like that? Wonderful. How many of them did you see?
I did not see anyone.
You saw only Officer?
Well, that's what he said now, all one. Are you going deaf? Woman, let me see what you brought. Did you bring some water?
Yes, yes, I did. I brought different kinds. Just look there.
Brings survival.
I brought things.
children.
I brought sardine, everything. You could just take. He gave me many things. Everybody, there are different kinds. Just take.
Woman.
Yes, yeah. Woman brings survival. Man sell woman for food and water.
You know, woman break officer. Woman says man. Woman man.
Brings survival to children.
Yes, mother, thank you for the water. I was really dying of thirst, mother. Thank you. Me too. Water is nice.
Wait. Oh, you drink and give your brother some, eh?
Me too.
No, look at Gujo just eating there. You're forgetting the old one. No respect for the elder. Drinking beer. You cannot give the elder some. And he calls himself a man. Look at him, breathe it down. He's drinking.
Why not? Why not? For the children to survive.
But you know, by thinking of your stomach first, and you call yourself a man. Anyway, children.
Thank you.
Children,
thank you. Thank you.
Thank officer. You people thank officer, not me.
Mother, thank you, sweet. It's nice. Mother is great. You are great.
What are you pushing at me, woman? What are you giving me?
Take water now. Drink water.
Water in a bottle? Are you sure it is water? I know water in a calabash, but water in the bottle, gang, water in the bottle.
It says here, natural spring water. Drink it, it will not do anything. In fact, it will help you not to have belly ache.
What? Was the clan wiped out in the night by belly ache?
Bam! Quick! Answer the question. Quick! Good question, old one. Let officer answer that one. It was not water from our streams that decimated our people, was it? Huh?
Well, woman, things you insist I have the water. But what you are pushing at me, woman, I will not touch any of that.
Oh man.
The water, yes, woman. Since you have convinced me. But if I touch any of what you are pushing at me, it will be betrayal. I have no need for food, woman. Keep it for the children. They must keep the name of the clan alive.
All one, eat something too now. Eat something. You two must stay alive.
Okay, all one. Since you have refused to eat, let us move from here.
What? What? You mean officer will not stop us anymore? How great, how wonderful, the gods are alive. The gods be blessed.
We will get Ewawa before the sun goes down. Can we start off now? Can we start going? Ewawa.
And sing songs and dance with the children in the streets.
Oh, laughter and food. Ewawa.
We'll be happy dancing.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking forward to a really decent meal. My mouth waters even at the mere thought. Fufu, roast chicken and palm wine, and pepper too. Hey.
Kati. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why?
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 Officer says we cannot leave this place.
What? What?
But Carlo, what?
We cannot leave this place. But why? But why? Huh?
What crime have we committed?
Survivor, you said so yourself, survivor.
Oh, so our crime is survival. Our crime is survival. Where did you say what you said we are going to somewhere? We're not going to Ewawa. So where did officer say we are going to?
He says it is not a long way from here. Officer says he has built a house there for us, the survivors.
And the dead, our dead. It is an abomination not to bury our dead. There are no vultures hovering in the sky. The gods forbid. The gods forbid that. Hey, the gods forbid. The gods forbid. Ngang.
The dead. I told him about the dead. I told him that I want to bury the dead, but he says that he's taking charge of that too.
What? This officer, this officer, is he a sorcerer? Or is he some god?
I don't know. He says he has taken care of everything just the way he wants.
Just what, woman? Just the way he wants. What about us? What about the way we want?
Old one. I must caution here. Remember officers' 3 words. Remember them very well. Stop. Silence. Go. These are his 3 words of old one.
Young man, I remember.
Why are you making this difficult? People are not coming.
Woman.
Bola Metata, come, let's go. If they don't want to come, I'm going. I'm
follow you.
I'm going.
When did women start talking like that in the presence of men?
You sent her to officer, didn't you? You
sent her to the right to talk to men like that? Does it? Does it allow her to talk like that?
So, and you didn't go. You didn't go. You didn't go to face officer.
Well, old one, this woman now has power over us. Yes.
This woman has
power over us right now.
Over officer.
Old one.
Young man, listen. With her help, officer might allow us to go to Ewawa.
Okay. You are right, old one. We must not anger her though, although I'm boiling.
I am glad to hear you say that. Let us.
The news of the disaster has ignited the country and international community. Humanitarian aid has poured in from around the world. It seems those sending relief aid do not know the actual number of survivors. The government-designated military officer in charge of receiving aid is surprised at how credulous the donors are. Officer is not only excited about the goods, he's also excited to discover that one of the survivors is a beautiful woman. He already has his eyes on her, so will he show kindness to the survivors because of her? But before we find out, here is Officer going through his inventory of donated aid.
Chip 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 zangaliwa, ejimbe zangaliwa, ejimbe zangaliwa, ejimbe zangaliwa. A carton of cooking oil from Mr. Who? Oh, rubbish. 2 bags of rice from Pa. Bloody waste of time. 100 kilograms of onions from Mrs. whoever. A bag of monga from fishermen in wherever. Oh, come on, this is nonsense, man. Chicken feet. Who in the world will waste his time with such bloody nonsense as this? Imagine cooking oil, onions, chicken, mbonga, common mbonga, full of bones and probably infested with maggots. Anyway, 5 bulls from Malam Yisa of, wherever. Aha, we are beginning to get into real business here. 50 sheep from Chief Alaji, the Honorable Usmano Yusufu, and 1 million francs in cash. Ha! This one's name must surely go to the press. They just love to hear their names in the radio anyway. 275 pieces of clothing, 100 hurricane lamps, 25 Aladdin lamps, and 20 kerosene stoves from the International Women of the World. International Women of the World. People love names. International Women of the World. Oh, universe would have sounded better. International Women of the Universe. Very tough. But look at it. Do they really know how many survivors we have here? Just 5. Or 1 scrawny fellow who is as good as dead. 2 children, boy and girl. And oh, sweet woman, beautiful woman. And the other one calls himself a man. I wonder what a beautiful woman like that was doing here in the bush, just wasting away in the home of some native who did not even know the value of a woman. Hey, this is curious. Man and woman, boy and girl. It seems to me like the plant can still survive. But if I just as much as dream about him, if I just imagine, if I just even fancy, I will blow off his head. Blow off his damn head.
Officer, do you hear me, officer?
Oh, woman, how can I not hear you? Your voice is like a drum playing on my heart.
Thank you. We are coming, officer.
How many?
All of us 5. You know we are 5 survivors.
No, I want you alone. Just you alone. The rest must stay where they are. Stay where they are. I don't want this place contaminated.
Oh, okay.
Now come forward.
Oh, stop doing that, officer. Stop spraying me. Stop.
Yeah.
You're doing that again?
I have to spray, you know. This place is completely cut out, and you know I need.
We are well. You're going. You think we are contaminated?
Well.
I know you are taking precaution.
Yes.
You cannot do that to me.
You know? Yeah, I'm only taking precaution, you know, because the place is deeply seriously contaminated.
No, you should stop doing that. You should stop doing that. Doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going inside.
Oh, woman, please just come to me. Your voice is like a drum just playing on my heart. Please, just come to my arms. Will you?
I'm coming.
No, I know I'm not going to take you to the house, woman. Not before you have poured water on my boiling heart. You know, your people can wait. You don't have to pine for them all the time. You know, their survival depends on you.
I'll come back. I will come back. I will come back, but you can you cannot keep us waiting like this, officer. We cannot keep on waiting. You cannot keep on waiting.
The survival depends on you completely.
How me?
Because no one cares if they survive. Don't you understand, woman? Without you, I don't care about their survival. You know?
I don't understand your words, officer. I do not see how you stand in the need of survival.
Listen, woman, my material survival is at stake, in danger, if you understand me. And if I must say it bluntly, because the flesh is weak, you know. Ah, oh, woman, please come into my arms now and bathe my burning heart in the cold waters of your bosom, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay, I'm
there.
coming.
Come in.
While Mboysi is with officer, the two men, Old One and Gujo, express their worry about their continuous stay in the tents. They are tired from eating strange food from cans. Old One is still on hunger strike, drinking only water. They don't know why officer has taken them hostage. If he wants the woman, he should keep her, and they can continue to the next village, Ewawa. Old One wants Mboysi to realize that they have become prisoners and officer is using them to accumulate wealth. She has to know that officer is exploiting her sexually for nothing as long as they remain prisoners in tents. But Mboysi's relationship with the officer has given her power over men. So they have to find a calm way of presenting their concerns without offending her. Mboysi returns with a heavy bag of goodies and calls on Gujo for help. While the children are excited to eat biscuits and sardines, the men, Gujo and Old One, are unusually quiet. Will they tell her what they think of their predicament? Let's take a listen. Will they tell her?
Don't tell me you carried this heavy bag all the way from this from all that place. Huh? Oh, this is really heavy, eh?
Yeah, wait, why you guys so quiet? Huh? Gujo, you just help me and put the bag down quietly, eh? Look, I brought your favorite beer. There's Guinness, there's even Heineken there. There are drinks for you to take. Huh? Try, pick some. Wait.
No.
Old One, are you still on hunger strike? Eh? Or are you going to eat now?
Just give me a bottle of that precious water.
Yes, I brought it. Take.
I will have nothing else.
Gujo, what are you waiting for? Why are you so quiet? You're not having beer? I brought a lot of beer. What is the matter? You're not well?
Keep your beer. Keep your beer aside.
Mboysi.
I will drink later.
Mboysi, do you have time to listen to me?
Why are you sounding so mysterious? Eh? Why are you sounding so? Of course, I always listen to you. Is anything the matter?
Mboysi, how long have we been here, daughter?
Why are you trying to remind me now? In this place?
Not in this place. At that place. In this place. Where else have we been?
How long have we been here, woman?
We have been here for 2 weeks. Why are you reminding me?
Young man, I spoke to her, not to you.
Who have died, all the people who have died. 2 weeks. We have been here for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That is a long time, isn't it?
Of course it is. It is.
2 good weeks, Makwonkamfu. 2 weeks in the same spot.
Woman.
We are surely prisoners.
Woman.
We are surely prisoners.
Young man, has he said anything to you about us?
Who?
Who? Officer, of course. Who else?
You young man.
Wait. You are making as if I know something. All he has said is that we cannot leave this place. He said we cannot leave.
We cannot leave this place. Oh, yes, they cannot leave this place. But why? Are we prisoners? What crime did we commit? He did not say what crime we committed. I should like to know what wrong I did. What
it will seem the only crime we have committed is survival. I don't know why we did not die with the rest. I don't know why we did not die with the rest.
How does our survival endanger him?
How would I know? How would I know, all one? But it looks like he is only a messenger of some other person or people. Each time he calls me to his house, I see bales and bales upon things, cargo. And it will seem that all these things are destined for us, the survivors.
For us?
Yes.
For us? Why?
Yeah, but I don't know. But that is why he's so generous. The cargo that is in his house, we can stay here 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It will not go anywhere. I am telling you, he does something like that. The thing that he has put in this tents like this tarpaulin, these are the things are covering big things. That is why he does not want us to leave.
Wait a minute, woman. All one.
Does he know that we are only 5?
Yes, he knows. The very day we arrived here, when I went to him, when he was there, he was telling me that they know that we are only 5. He said, he told me.
Yeah. So he knows. Has he told you how he gets the cargo, where the cargo comes from?
He says the cargo is coming from many places, whether it's America or Germany or France, or people are sending. Even inside this country, they don't know that we are only 5. They are sending things. They are sending things.
Those people, many places, you say, they don't, do they know 5 of us?
No, they don't know. If they knew, they would not be sending all those things. You think they'll be sending, these are cartons of things in this place. Money. He went to go use them. He went to go pee outside. And look, money.
I see. So the people sending those things, thinking that they are going to many survivors, an officer is keeping the things for himself and his people. Giving us very little. Because we don't know. Because we don't know.
All one. Yes, because he thinks we don't know.
So that means that
he does not want us to leave. He does not want us to leave because
so all this thing is he's taking me to his room like that. We will never leave. We will only remain here. Is that so? Hey, wait. That means he's growing rich on our misfortune. He's using us for his greedy purposes, for his selfish animal desires. I'm going to him right now. I am going to him right now. Wait. Don't go. Wait, all these things that he's giving me. This water, these things.
Not so fast. Not so fast, woman. Easy. Not so fast.
Wait, woman.
I'm going to him right now.
Keep your calm, woman.
All these racks on my body, this is a price of it. No true mendicant of our clan was ever a beggar. No true mendicant, not true born was ever a mendicant. I'm going. Would you stop talking? You're the one who sent me to him. You sent me to him. Stop talking. Stop talking. It was you. It was you who sent me to him. Stop talking. I don't want to be. Stop talking. Yes, I've gone mad. And you are the cause.
Woman, stop it, woman. Stop it, I say. I order you, stop woman, stop!
I've stopped, Owen. I have stopped. But I am going right now to officer. I am going right now. I'm going to show him that in spite of his gun, he's just a man mortal. I swear. Chongyango Mechong. I am going to officer, and I'll make it know that in spite of his gun, he is just a man mortal. He's just a man mortal. He thinks that we are villagers. He will see from me.
Ngujo, did you see the light in her eyes?
All one. You asked me if I saw the light in her eyes. I saw a wildfire in her eyes. All one. If she carries out the threat, if she does, all one, I'm afraid.
Between you and that woman, I doubt who the man is now.
The clan, all one, the clan, the survivor of the clan, all one. The fire in her eyes, the fire that is in that woman's eyes will endanger us.
Leave that one. My children, Bolame.
Yes.
Tata, did you see the light in your mother's eyes?
I'm afraid.
My children, I want you to hold your heads high. Hold your heads up high like her. Come, let us follow her.
We will come with you, old one. We will come. Let us go then.
After Mboysi's rage, she leaves to go visit officer to show him, in her own words, that in spite of his gun and loud menaces, he's only a man mortal. An unsuspecting officer is enjoying himself, eating food destined for the survivors. The symbol of his power, the gun is visible on his table as he excitedly welcomes Mboysi.
Chip, 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 zangaliwa. Ejimbe, jimbe, zangaliwa. Ejimbe, jimbe, he, he, he. Ejimbe, jimbe, zangaliwa. Ejimbe, jimbe, he, he, he. Ejimbe, jimbe, zangaliwa.
Officer, can you hear me, officer?
Oh, woman, how can I not hear you? Your voice is like a drum playing on my heart.
Officer.
Okay, woman, I'll come in. I'm ready.
You're doing that thing again, officer. You're doing that thing again. Why?
Oh,
why,
woman.
Officer?
Listen, I do not insult you, you know. I'm only taking precaution. The outside world must not be contaminated.
We are contaminated. You and I are well contaminated. You are insulting me. You're insulting me. Eh?
No, woman, I'm not insulting you. I'm not insulting you. You know, after this, you will be all clean.
Oh, so I'm unclean, am I? I'm unclean, am I? Hey, look I dress nicely for you. I come here and you spray me.
No. After this, you are no longer contaminated. Oh, woman, just come into my heart and into my arms and cool my heart now, please.
I'm not coming. Hey, the thing is still in your hand.
Oh, well, I know, but I can put it away.
Yeah, it's right there. I can still see it. I'm seeing it right there.
Okay, I'll take it far away. It's farther away.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm glad you have taken away, but you have to promise me.
I swear to Almighty God that I will never use this prayer on you again. Oh, woman, come into my heart. I've sworn.
Repeat it, because you use me like a horse officer. This horse has feelings, you know.
No, woman. Woman has power over officer. My heart
no,
is...
I've borne your insults long enough. Just remember that I was a school teacher in our clan before the annihilation.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Woman, what has gone over you? No, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, woman.
You're making as if this contamination that it came from inside, it came from outside, it came from without, it came from outside. Okay, it's good that you have promised that you will never do it again. It's good that you have promised.
Yes, woman. Now just come into my arms, woman. You're playing on
yes,
my heart.
No. You see, you take us for animals, officer. Animals in a cage.
Not me, woman. Not me.
Who then, if not you, officer? If then, who?
It's orders from above.
Orders from above, and not even your love for me. This love will come every day. You owe me. You cannot make you to do.
It's orders from above. Don't you understand?
Because you think you're giving me things.
No, you already have everything. Anything you need, I give you. You know, that is not only sympathy, but extreme generosity.
What about the old one? What about the old one? Forget about me even. What about the old one? No. I have pleaded with you and begged you that he's gradually starving himself to death, certain death, yet you refuse to listen.
But you know, I cannot grant you that. I cannot allow any of you to leave this place. If I grant you that, my head will fall.
Your head cannot fall. For a simple woman like me, your head cannot fall. I will not let that happen. Officer, you don't know me. I will not let that happen.
You understand me perfectly. Great woman. You see, you are great indeed. You know, an officer's job is just to execute orders. They order and we execute.
You execute. You don't have sentiments.
No sentiments. That's it. They order, we execute.
Wait. I don't even understand. That thing that you keep touching like that. So they think that little thing. You see, our people here, we have guns, so maybe you think that we are villagers. Our guns here are long like that. They are long. So this is your own little thing here. They think that they are a little thing which looks like a pipe. My grandfather's pipe. That is the thing that will keep us here.
Listen, woman, listen.
Well, you made me to forget my tears.
You don't understand, woman. You don't understand. This little thing that looks like your grandpa's pipe can kill many people. Just like that.
Officer, you must be taking us for fools, eh? That little thing in your hand, it can kill.
No,
we have guns. Not that I don't know guns. We have guns. Our guns are long like that. When you see, you know that they can kill somebody. Not that little thing in your hand.
I don't take you for a fool. But I don't think that part of your training as a teacher had to do with the lethal effect of guns.
Okay, I grant you that. Yes, I'm a teacher and I did not know about guns, but for you to tell me that little thing in your hand can kill somebody like that because it makes a noise. You see, so you think that villagers are fools. I've told you that we have guns. My people here are hunters. Guns are like this, they are long like that. Not this little thing that you have in your hand.
It is really blessed.
Okay. Wait.
Ignorance is bliss.
Wait. Officer.
I wish I could demonstrate.
Officer, wait. Let me tell you. Why don't you try it on me to show me that it works?
You see, I won't convince you because you would be dead. Indeed.
That thing will kill me.
Indeed, ignorance is bliss. You know. Look, woman, this is a 12-round revolver. And with it, I can kill 12 people, even more.
Officer, I'm a school teacher in a village, but just say that 12 rats. Don't say 12.
Come, just Just come closer here. Come to my right. Come on.
I beg, keep that thing to yourself. Leave me out of it. I'm not interested.
Closer. Come and see. Come and see.
I beg.
Listen. All you need to do is, all I need to do is point it at you. Then I will pull this little thing. This little thing here is called a trigger, and that's it. You are dead.
I can touch it. Can I touch it?
Yes. Yeah. Hold it.
Give it to me.
Imagine how much danger.
Give it to me. Oh my God, it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy.
Yes, hold it.
Oh my God, it's heavy.
Yes.
Wow. And you say all I need to do is to touch this little thing here, and you go,
and then you
go cold, and you are dead.
Now, yes. But now, can I have it back? Now, can I have it back?
Wait a minute. I have not tried it on you yet. Remember, I asked you to try it on me, and you will not. Remember, I asked you to try it on me, and you will not.
That thing is dangerous. Don't play around with it like that. Okay? Just hand it to me.
Wait a little. I just want to make sure it works. So it really works. Wow, it really works. So it really works. Look at you already shaking. You will go on your knees today, crawling like a worm on the ground, so you can be reduced to this. Look at the fear on your face. So you can be reduced to this. Look at the fear on your face. So you would have killed me with this?
Don't kill me. I didn't
You crawling, thieving maggot, growing rich on the misfortunes of others, stuffing your decaying stomachs, and your bulging pockets on the misery and calamity of my people. Never again shall you live to perpetrate our misery. Yes. Never again, officer. Never again. Never again.
For taking pity on you and sparing your lives, this is the reward I get.
Yes, it's a reward you get. This is a reward you get.
And all the things I've been giving you, this is the reward.
Yes, you would have killed us. I know you would have killed us all. And officer, it would have been better for us to die with the rest. We would have the rest than you treating us here like caged animals. Treating us like caged animals. And all the things you've been giving, this is the reward you get.
I've been giving you. This is the reward for my generosity.
Your generosity in this. Tell me more, officer. How much have you cutted and looted away for your people and yourself? How much have you carried and hidden away? And those who give you orders, how much have you looted?
I'm not better. I should have finished whatever was left unfinished.
Oh, really?
So you were my undoing.
Oh, keep crawling. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment of truth and the moment of our liberation. The liberation will last, and the liberation will last.
Eyes watching and ears listening.
Their eyes watching and ears listening, let them come for me. I don't care if I die, officer. I would have had my revenge. Keep crawling, keep crawling. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment of truth. The moment of truth and the moment of our liberation. The elephant has fallen. The lion is no more. The elephant has fallen. The lion is no more. The elephant has fallen. The lion is no more. Tata, Gujo, Bolame. You people come on. Let's go to a Wawa.
The elephant has fallen.
Where's Tata? Oh, the elephant has fallen. Where's Owen?
Owen is behind there.
Oh, what are you doing here? Don't make me use this thing on you.
Hey, sorry. No, sorry. I beg you on my knees now. I beg you on my knees.
Get go.
Don't kill me now.
Tata, you have to go follow Gujo. so that you guys can bring our possessions. We are leaving for Ewawa tonight.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Mother. Mother, you are great.
Yes, you should go. You should leave right now and go.
Mother, you liberated us.
Yes. The little thing. What? Did I hear somebody? Did I hear?
Silence, I say!
Is there somebody coming? Hey, okay, I'm ready.
Silence! Hi! Wallahi! She was really a beautiful woman. Kai! Wallahi! She was a beautiful woman. A very beautiful woman. I wonder where she got that crazy ideas from. Such a beautiful woman. Corporal, bring your men and clear the casualties. Hey, what a beautiful body to be wasted.
Thank you. And that was The Survivors by Bole Butake. Thank you for coming. And we are going to quickly take some audience reactions before we go to call our panelists. Blessed, you want to get us, make some audience members able to talk?
Right. I was thinking that Miss Irene Tamanjong could react, and then we could hear too from Mr. Eric Chinje and Miss Judith Enna.
Will you have to open their mics?
Yes. Wait. I need to see them. I need to find them.
I thought you found them already.
No. That's.
Masem, you can find them too.
Yeah, Masem can find them.
Miss Tamanjong is already on there. She can speak.
Okay, so Ms. Irene Tamanjong, your comments?
Phew, wow. That was absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you.
I thoroughly enjoyed the production. I was really curious to join you all today because I was just wondering how I was going to witness a play virtually on Zoom. And I think it was well worth the wait and all the expectations. You more than met my expectations. It was absolutely well delivered.
Oh,
what a reading, awesome.
Thank you.
Kudos to all the actors, the narrator who set the tone, completely engaging. And it's like every minute I just wanted to see what would happen next. Actors, completely passionate, realistic, very, very engaging. So congratulations to everybody. It was an amazing reading. And I think, I couldn't have imagined it would come out this way. I was easily absorbed into the scenes you were going through. And it's the first time I've seen Bole Butake's play, or even I haven't read it before, but it just reminds me growing up as a child in Cameroon, in Boya, I used to go watch, because I absolutely like the African playwrights. I used to go watch the Musunga drama group, and I used to be thoroughly engaged whenever they were on stage. And then on other occasions, you listen to productions over the radio and your ears are glued to the radio. But to see an actual play on Zoom virtually with everybody from different parts of the world coming together and really delivering in a very powerful way, I can only say kudos to you all.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tamanjang. Thank you. So let's bring Mr. Eric Chinje on. I see his hand is up, so you can easily find him. I think, yes, unmute him. Okay, unmute. let me do that. I think I can.
I'm unmuted now. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I guess you know what I'm going to say, Joyce, but thank you for getting me involved and for giving me a chance to be a part of this. Your pioneering spirit is amazing. The first time I saw that we could do amazing things on Zoom was thanks to you with the cigarettes. And that opened my eyes to new possibilities. And then now again, you've done this with a play. And what amazes me is how you could capture the, sound, and you could do this marriage of sound and sight and produce some emotional connection with your audience. I didn't think you could transmit that. You all did. You all did. I mean, the emotional levels just kept rising and falling. You had us as captives, and we could see we rose and fell, with the emotional journeys that you all undertook. So again, you now are telling us we can do things through, on Zoom again. I hope the writers amongst us, I hope the readers, I hope the actors, now see new possibilities. And we honestly, I hope this was recorded and that it can be played out in other circumstances, both in the US and in Cameroon. I don't know how far the net was cast for this Zoom. Are we being followed? Were you guys being followed in?
No, we did not open it. In fact, I'm glad you talked about it, so you can text those who were stopped at the door. Technology happened. I upgraded to 500. During the show, we realized that it was not working. Upgraded to 1,000, it still didn't kick in. I don't know what. So because of that, I have promised people a second show. So I haven't even talked with the cast members to know who will be available. But the plan is that after this show, we may have to do an encore because we have over 200 people outside.
Well, fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was looking at all of you and saying who has, I thought, okay, Joy, this professor is going to take over the whole show. But everybody had that force of character that brought out their parts so beautifully, and it all merged. No, in all honesty, I really not only congratulate you, but I hope that this continues. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We'll take two from the floor. We already have Blessed. Just read some comments. There's one from Professor Nyamjo. Read a couple of comments, and then we'll go straight to the panelists, and we'll still have time to chat with the audience. Just read from the chat some of the comments we are having.
Yeah, I see here from Dr. Betty says, brilliant through and through, creativity in every sense of the word, and great innovation, bringing us one of Butake's masterpieces via Zoom. Kudos to the entire crew. Prof. J, keep inspiring. I see another one here from FN, says, really great performance in the novel format of virtual stage performance. Kudos to the performers who brought forth every emotion, capturing the essence of subliminal messages. And there is another one from, this is from Silas. Says, Joyce, where do you get all the costumes from? You should have a warehouse where you store your clothes. Bravo for a wonderful performance. So,
okay, and I see the one from Professor Nyamjo here, a worthy tribute by a talented crew. Congratulations. So right now, Blessed, could you bring the panelists on? Some of them were not able to come in. So I think Mrs. Agnes Njaba is here. Bring her on. Professor Chiji Akoma, is she on? And I'm going to have a volunteer. Yes, I see Professor Akoma on. So let's have the panelists, let's have the gallery view so they can join me on stage here. And I'm going to bring...
There's also Lillian, I think.
Yes, yeah, but Lillian couldn't get in. Could you make them panelists? You have to make them panelists, upgrade them to panelists so they can join me on stage.
Yes, I think Masam is doing that.
Okay, and before we do that, I'm going to call on, we are happy to have Professor Butake's daughter, Lai, with us. So she's going to say a few words. If wishes were horses, we would have Papa Butake himself, but God decided otherwise. And he picked up the horse tail on October 1st, 2016, and danced on the other side to meet his ancestors. But his legacy continues, as we have seen today with the play and the characters, and also with his own biological children. So I'll call Dr. Lai Butake, who is working somewhere in Senegal. It happens.
Hi, Prof.
Yes, I want you to be, can you upgrade the Lai to panelist so that we can see her? But Lai, you could start talking.
Okay, working on that.
Yeah, okay. So Lai, go ahead. Or Dr. Butake.
Lai is fine. So it was so great to see everyone. It was a very beautiful performance and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Fun fact, I was, okay, let me start my video. Great. So I think I was 2 years old the first time this play was performed, 1989. And it's really quite eerie and uncanny, how much time has gone by, but how relevant the play is even today. So I think that's the beauty of being an artist, that's the beauty of art. I mean, your work lives on long after you. And I'm so pleased that the people, I grew up with a lot of these names. I grew up, Joseph Banapti was Uncle Joe, Uncle Langmia, Kwasengwangwa, so many of them. Some of them are no longer with us today, but I grew up with all these names, and it really warms the heart to see that there's still so much commitment, even though he's gone, but his works live on. And like a lot of people have said, this is innovation, this is Zoom. So we've done it once and there's nothing stopping us from doing this again and again. We don't need to wait for the next World Theatre Day. There are so many occasions to celebrate. And I'm looking forward to the next performance and many more to come. So thank you all. And I really love the performance. And I'm very confident that whenever we will get around to actually doing something sustainable in his honor, we know where to knock, we know the right doors to knock, and we know the people we'll be reaching out to. So thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lai Butake. And I'm trying to hold myself not to cry, hearing you talk. And I'm getting emotional here, but it's wonderful that we can get you on to represent your father, and we are only too happy to continue the legacy. Thank you. And so we're going to continue with this panel, and they're going to respond. We all saw the end of the play. When this play was performed in 1989, one of our professors, Professor Noel Alembo, got very upset. Why did Butake kill Mboysi? Why did Butake kill Mboysi? An artist should do better than that. And so this panel is going to respond to that question. Why did Butake not allow Mboysi to live? So I'll start with Mrs. Agnes Njapa, an educator with Albert Einstein School in Maryland. So what is your take? Should Mboysi have lived? Should Butake kill Mboysi? What's your take?
I must say that this was fantastic.
Thank you.
When this play was performed, I was in Guayaquil at the time, and I was doing theater arts. And remember, in those days, you had to attend those performances because you had to take notes, you're going to be tested and all of this. So make sure you get the stage directions and all that. So, you know, at that time, I was a student, so you're just doing that to pass your class. When I had to read it this time, I read it with my teacher lens, and I was kind of like disappointed that Mboysi died. When I started reading the play again a few days ago, I became so intrigued by the fact that even though she was coaxed into meeting officer, she took matters into her own hands. And so that kept hope alive for me, you know, and I was hoping that Dr. Butake would keep that hope alive. We see her in the play breaking that patriarchal tradition. And we could hear Gujo and Oman saying that she has control over them and that they shouldn't anger her and things like that. So I was very intrigued by that, and I was hoping to see what happened at the end with, you know,
with her getting more power.
Yes, with her getting more power. And what really got me when she said, I have to read that. When she said that she was going back to him, you know, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. And when she had the gun, she said, then I must make sure I kill you first. You know,
because she realized that he had to go. So
she took matters into her own hands. And I think that as a writer and as an artist, Dr. Butake had that liberty to change the trajectory of what we all knew was going to happen, that if she killed her, she was going to be killed. But we're hoping that he was going to, you know, veer in another direction, and that didn't happen.
I hear you. So what you're saying, what I understand there is that we know that in the kind of community that we live, if she killed the officer, she would definitely be killed. But you think the writer, in his world of writing, he is free. He can make her live and not be killed, and to give us hope. Let me hear what Dr. Lillian Atanga, independent scholar in the US, but a research fellow all the way in South Africa. So let me get another woman before I bring Professor Akoma to respond to you too. So Dr. Atanga.
Is this gendered then?
Perhaps it's gender.
See, when we get the chance, we take over. Yes, Dr. Atanga.
Yes, like Agnes, I studied the book as a student. I watched the play on stage, but I was very young. I was a teenager, and my mind had not developed. And now that it's developed to an active citizen, a critical analyst, I begin to see things differently. Mboysi is a symbolism. She's a woman and a symbolism for hope, a symbolism for survival, and a symbolism for leadership in times of chaos. Because when the men failed to be men as they were in those days, although they coaxed Mboysi, Mboysi took up that leadership and survived the clan from hunger and thirst. And now that she discovered the power of the gun, something happened to Mboysi, which is a little unfeminine according to our culture. That vain power, that power that you think that with a gun you can conquer everything. That perhaps might have been a reason to kill Mboysi, to preserve that African womanhood according to the larger societal mindset. But I think Mboysi deserved to die. I think she deserved to die for the reason that, and now I want to go into the mind of the writer and the mind of the society, which still prevails till today.
Before you continue, I want our audience to know that after this, which is going to be brief, we'll introduce the cast, and you can interact with the cast. Yes, Lillian, continue.
Yes, this is a situation where a people suffer a calamity, a government steps in, and the government has no qualms about that people, and they want to exploit these people. And for them to continue feeding fat from these survivors, they must maintain the plight of these survivors. So they needed to kill whoever stands up for the masses so that they can continue leading. And it reflects all of Africa today. Look at in Congo, I think where Sassou Nguesso 2 days ago wins an election at 88% majority. That is the officers who are still killing the women, in quotes, women, I mean the society, to maintain themselves in power. And I think the author was visionary enough to know that Mboysi cannot go anywhere with her rebellion. She will be quelled down. She will be hunted down. So to him, it was just that. But also perhaps the author might not have known what to do with Mboysi with all that power. There's that possibility as well.
Okay, so Leland, I'm going to stop you right there. But what I get from this is that Mboysi dying, you can see why it happened, and you've given us about 2 or 3 reasons why it should happen. Let me hear what Professor Chiji Akoma of Villanova University thinks. Why did Butake kill Mboysi? Should she have lived? Should she die?
Thank you very much, Professor Ashuntantang, and my fellow panelists. Unlike you, I don't have the benefit of having watched this production in its, when it was first produced 30 plus years ago. And it was this moment, this event today that made me to read the text. So I thank my colleague Joyce for bringing me into this discussion. She had also kind of primed the pump, if you will, by telling me, posing this question, and so in reading the text, I was thinking about that. And by the time I came to the end, by the time I finished reading and also watching the live reading, dramatic reading, which I have to say, kudos to everyone, it's super impressive, to try to convey emotion on the screen in this particular way. But by the time I finished reading and watching the dramatic reading or listening to the dramatic reading, I had the same reaction. Of course, she had to die. It seemed the most logical thing to happen, and this is how it made sense to me. That from the get-go, it had been framed. The conflict. If I thought the way I saw it was that this is a dialectic. This is a debate between men and women. It was framed like that right from the get-go, right from the moment Ngojo says, of course, you speak the language the officer understands. And so, right there, he locates Mboysi as a woman going to deal, and this is also operating on the heteronormative, dynamic, straight sexuality. That, you, Mboysi, will go speak to the officer, the man, in the language that the officer understands. And so it operates in that way. It is true that at the end, by the time Mboysi now finally, it dawns on her what has really happened, that she's been exploited. That she's been exploited sexually, significantly, that everything that is being given to her by officer is really more generosity and more as a payment. It's all aligned to the idea of always her walking into his outstretched arms. So that relationship is always located there. And once she finds that out, she operates, I want to read something she says here at the point she thinks that she's had officer, on his knees and she has all the power. On page 84, Mboysi says, "Keep crawling, you rotten maggot. Even if I die after killing you, I will be satisfied that I had my revenge." And what is this revenge? Now, this is the moment of truth. All right. Brandishing the revolver. All right. Man, come and see what a woman can do. All of you, come along and celebrate. So I paid attention to that she didn't, Mboysi doesn't locate this new power represented by the gun in something broader, in a wider frame of reference. It's about come and see what a woman can do. And so that is where it seems to be, therefore, that it doesn't have the power that, what she stands for or what she attempts to do is not located within a profound changing of the paradigm.
Thank you.
Therefore, it is not surprising that, that she's killed.
Thank you, Professor Akoma. And but I would agree with Agnes Bizinjaba that if that is the case, that is why I guess some people would say, just as she was made aware that she could overcome officer, maybe the writer would have after that made her aware that she could use that power for the greater good. So and then she could have changed her also. So I guess Professor Lembong's thing was that the writer has that agency to do that. But I guess all our viewpoints, this is what makes a literary text very great. We can all have these divergent views. Professor Butake has done his part. He's gone now. He's given us the artifact, and we would continue to debate it each time we read the work. Thank you guys for joining us and shedding light. I'm going to bring the artists, the actors on stage. Thank you, guys. So, bring all the actors back on stage.
Cannot.
Yes. The technical crew, give them their video rights.
Yeah, they do have video rights, I think.
Oh, pardon?
I don't
I
have.
think they do have video rights. I think they can. They
don't have video
Does
rights.
it have?
Okay.
No, I don't have.
Find them. Don't worry. I'll find you guys and see.
I'm rather seeing a voice.
Don't worry. You'll be. I would ask to start. Patricia, you should be able to do that now. Yes, I'm trying to find the other.
There she comes. Oh,
let me find the other panel, the other panelists. Where are you all hiding?
Themselves on video. They can do it.
I think I can come on.
Yes, put yourself. Yes. Okay, so we're all here. We're coming here, and in this group you have the original cast of 1989, and then the alternates that we added on. So I am going to start right away with Tata. Tata, we are very glad to have Tata all the way from Cameroon, and his internet has been working well, so we did not have to use Tata alternate. So Tata is Willie Shintum, a part of the original cast in 1989. And Willie, you want to wave? I know they can read, but can you wave? Can you hear us? Thank you, all the way from Cameroon. And we got Tata's alternate, Mr. Ali Rire, who is in the US here.
Hey, Tata original, kudos, my God. For the first time, I mean, the internet worked yesterday with the practice and today all the way. Yes, I hope this is going to continue. Maybe Cameroon is taking some steps now.
Yes, so this is wonderful. So then we have his sister, Bolame, and she has gone offline. She was here. And Bolame is Dr. Patricia Kweteim, part of the original cast in 1989. She is an assistant lecturer at the University of Boya, lecturer in communications. So Pat, we are glad to have you all the way from Cameroon. The internet did not disappoint. And just in case it did that, we had an alternate, Miss Beatrice Epuene, who is with us here, an assistant professor teaching in Maryland. So we are glad to have you. She was our newscaster and was standing by for Bolame. And she's also a veteran member of the Yaoundé University Theatre, famous for her role as Mama Rashida in, I think that's another play by Ola Rotimi. Yes, so she was here ready to step in as Bolame. And then we have old one here, old one. The original old one, 1989, is Stephen Amabo, who couldn't be here with us. So Mr. Tala Philip played old one, but in the original 1989 cast, he was the second soldier, the person who came in all masked up. So that was his role in the original 1989 play, but this time he played old one and played his role. In fact, he played that role in 1989, the soldier, with another person, the only cast member who is of late, Mr. Joe Danji. Joe Danji died early on, I think around 1992. We graduated in 1989 and he died a couple of years later. So we miss you here, Joe. This one is for you. We remember you each time we come out. And the voiceover, of course, is Miss Ernestine Gringe, another veteran of the Yaoundé University Theatre. She actually played Mboysi in the second cast, but she's more famous as Kwengong in And Palm Wine Will Flow, Butake's other pivotal play. And we realized that for Zoom, in my direction of this performance for Zoom, I realized that we needed a narrator in order to piece, since we didn't have we were not playing it live on stage, we needed a narrator to help the story. And so she was the narrator behind the scenes. And then Ngujo, the 1989 Ngujo was Nge Thomas and Nge George, Nge George. And Nge, he practiced with us for time, but was not able to be here today. And thank God I had on standby another veteran of Yaoundé University Theatre, Mr. Walter Tanifong, all the way from the UK. So he's here with us and he played Ngujo. And Officer, all-time veteran of the Yaoundé University Theatre, Banafti Joseph, who is now based in North Plainfield, New Jersey. He's been my paddy man on stage forever. And so he played the role in 1989, and he's playing the role 32 years after. One thing you will notice about us playing the role today is that all of us are using glasses.
Yeah.
It was, I tried to put my glasses aside and I couldn't.
Exactly.
And which gave another feel for Mboysi. But thank God I'm a village teacher, so I could use the glasses and it would still work. But that was interesting. All of us are with glasses. And of course, 1989, Joyce Ashuntantang, I played Mboysi. And 2021, I did not just play Mboysi, I organized and I directed. And so.
Don't forget the tech crew, the tech
yes,
crew.
Yes, so very grateful. Thank you all. And like somebody noted, I think it's Mr. Eric Change said that he was thinking that, oh, the professor is going to be on. This is going to be a Joyce show and she will be stringing people along. No, 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 not this crew. These are veterans. And what most people may not realize that when we were acting in Cameroon, we did not have professional Anglophone actors. We were it. We were the professional actors at the time. The only other person that we could think about who was not, was Musinga. Was Musinga and his troupe. And when Flame Players came, trying to fill that gap of semi-professional troupe, most of us in the Yaoundé University Theatre became founding members of that. So we were it. And most of us have continued doing that. So in order to help, of course, I could not be at the background technically and be at the front. So I got two artists, dynamic artists, to join us as a technical crew. Mr. Blessed Ngwe, whom you had the pleasure of meeting already, and Massem Enyong, you guys meet us on stage. Massem Enyong is a Cameroonian professional dancer and choreographer who is with me here in Connecticut, and she's my right-hand person. Whenever I'm doing anything, I just call her 1 minute and she comes. I do the auntie thing, you know, you just call and she reports. Thank God she hasn't lost her Camerooness. Okay. We've had some questions in the chat, and I think Mr. Ngwe also has his own questions to ask us. So go ahead with your questions, Mr. Ngwe.
Yes, there were so many questions. Which,
oh my God! So you can, of course, we can't take all. So I hope you select a few.
We cannot take all. But what I did was to kind of condense those questions. The good thing is that most of those questions are sort of aligning with what I already had in mind to ask you, the director, and the crew, well, the cast, and to see what these has done. In fact, I was not born yet when you people did this performance.
Thank you. We get it.
Yes, I am really blessed to have taken part in this whole thing. I am so glad that Professor Ashuntantang, you called me on this. This is a blessing. So you all seemed to be very, very comfortable, you know, in your roles after 32 years. What makes that possible? How is that possible?
Let me get some takers. How have you? Yes, Beatrice.
Hello, everyone. If you didn't catch that, Dr. Beatrice Appoine, Penn State, from Maryland. Here is the thing. We have all just been living a life of performance. All right. Our lives, both on stage and off stage, have been almost one continuous performance. If you have to perform or to exist and succeed in the world of today, especially coming from homeland, your life, especially both our reality at home and elsewhere, is one of performance. Most of us are teachers, we are performers at our jobs, and we love what we do. So we live our craft almost between our daily lives and our professional lives. So it is almost like life has never stopped for us at any one point. That's my take.
Yeah, man, you got it right. Perfect. Thumbs up.
Okay, and I would say I say it is same for me. I may not have gone on stage of recently for theater, but as a teacher, my my acting skills are left, right, center of what I do. And it's very fascinates me when I get my evaluations and my students say, she reads in class as if she's on Broadway. You know, when she reads, you're all you transported. And I read that and I smile. And every now and then when I travel the world to do my poetry, it's always satisfying when after I read my poems, sometimes some people come to me and they think they're telling me a secret and they say, have you ever thought of acting? You should think of acting. And so it is something that is intrinsic to most of us here. on this stage. It is in part of our core. If there are no takers, you can go to the next question.
Yeah, thank you very much. These are very, very practical answers you're giving. And now I have this question, which some other person hinted in the chat, in the question and answer session. She asks, if Butake stood with us today, if Bole Butake was with us today, what would you tell him about survival in our world right now?
I'll call one of the people from Cameroon to take that. Pat, you want to? Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. If Butake were alive today, as someone resident in Cameroon, I would tell him he was a prophet and a great visionary, because everything that we have seen today portrayed in the survivors is what is actually happening in Cameroon. We are living it. We're going through this socioeconomic crisis, and those of us in this crisis-plagued region are merely surviving. Many people have been displaced. Many people are living in fear. As the actors say, we can't even talk because you don't know. We have ears watching, ears listening, and eyes watching. You don't know who is by you at any given point in time. So we are bound to remain silent wherever we are, especially in public. And it's like there's no going forward and there's no going backwards. We understand that relief material has come from left, right, center. We don't know what is happening. Every day we hear people being called up to come and receive one thing or the other. We don't know from where, we don't know from who. But as someone living in Cameroon, I say kudos to Butake because he saw very, very far. 32 years ago, we are living what he gave us in script. Thank you.
And thank you. And if I may
add, Prof, yes. Please just to say in 3 words.
Okay.
If Professor Butake were to be alive today, what he would simply say is, I told you. Thank you.
Okay. And one of the things that I also see here is that a writer may write for a local context, but the beauty of writing is that it speaks beyond the context that it was intended. And that's what makes writing so great, because Bole Butake was not just a visionary for Cameroon situation, it was a visionary for the world. Because of the pandemic, the whole idea of relief, even almighty United States saw people in lines waiting for relief. We still have people in America today who are waiting for relief.
And spray.
Yes, and spray, you know. And we still have in the United States, when the first relief money was sent out, when the list was published of those who received the relief, it is the rich people who got richer, and not the relief did not go to the people that it was supposed to be going to. And so it's amazing that this work is speaking beyond Cameroon. And I think that is what makes a writer such a wonderful part of society, because they see, they go to the possibilities. The next question. And
yes, because we are kind of going out of time,
yes.
we are supposed to be ending by this time. I wanted to just call one person from the audience who has been constantly raising their
yes,
hand.
no, we would. I want us to do more audience. If you can ask your one question, then we do audience. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Ms. Dorothy Enang should come on and say something, and ask their question if they are around. Awesome. Can you give them the voice?
I also saw there's some other audience. Well, after she talks, I will get the audience members who want to say something to put their hands up, and we would call them. Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can. We can.
you for having me on board. I've been watching. I had some connection problems from Ireland, so but thank God it's fairly stable now. So just a quick chip in. I was one of the original audiences to the survivors. It was fantastic. And just like the first panelist who came on, I just wish to add that the word that was really lacking in it was the feminist perspective in the survivors. That's what Mboysi stood for. So she was there just to uphold this whole idea of feminism that we can do it. And it took me back to Ngogi's Wathiongo's I'll Marry When I Want, if you've ever read that play. So that was good. A second point I had wanted to say was the play was fantastic. I should have added that, you know the way Mboysi used the gun to kill Joe Banafti, my class.
Officer, I didn't kill Banafti. Nobody killed Banafti.
I killed the officer in quotes. Yeah, I think you could have played a sound from the background that made boom, because we never heard any sound. So just a little.
You did not hear, you were not listening. It was silencer.
That's right. That's right.
It was a silencer.
Okay, I see. So that was technology there at that time. So actually the survivors, the play itself has a universal theme. So it can be for an individual, for a group of people, for a community, wherever, I mean, in the United States or in the villages in Cameroon, like Ngomboku in Bakosi, where I come from. So everyone is surviving.
Okay, thank you.
That was good.
Thank you. And I see, I'll bring Ms. Giselle.
Giselle Mock.
Yes. Can you give her, can she talk?
Yes, she can unmute herself now and talk.
Okay, unmute yourself, G.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm so elated to see all of you, your faces over 32 years ago. Tata from England, Banafti, I've not seen you even though you're here, and Ernestine and all of you, Pat. I couldn't wait for this day to come. I'm actually shuffling between my son's game on one computer and here, but I saw everything, and I would like to say that our prof, our own very prof, Bole Butake, was a visionary. I can't believe that this play is just like, it's something that is happening today in Cameroon. Do we even hear, like Joyce said, do you all see that? I couldn't be any prouder than what I've seen you all enact on Zoom. How did it start?
Thank you.
How did it start? I would have loved to see Joy really fire Banafti on stage.
Yes.
On Zoom. I really wanted to see that happen on stage.
And see him on the floor.
Yes, woman power, yay.
I missed him being on the floor.
Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Thank you. And could you bring Professor Irene Damelda on?
Okay.
And Professor Emmanuel Frudo. She can unmute. Professor Damelda?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I am so delighted to have seen that, because I am one of those people who do not read plays. I go to the theater, but I don't like reading plays. And you made it so alive, and with Zoom. So I want to congratulate everybody. And one thing I want to tell you is that I don't read plays, but you made me feel like reading this play.
Thank you.
I think is the greatest compliment that I can. Thank you. For everything.
Thank you, Professor Emeritus. Emerita.
Yes.
Thank you, and bona fide actress herself.
You mean Professor? You mean Professor Emerita?
Emerita. That's what I said. I corrected myself.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the gendered space that we are in this play. Although in our African context, which is really skewed, when we want to elevate a woman, what do? We say she's a man, which is terrible.
Give her the title of a man.
Okay. We're going to Professor Emmanuel Frudo.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Very well, sir.
All right, thank you. I just want to say this has been remarkable.
Thank
and
you.
It's been good seeing those original, not to say old faces, like JK, Banafti, and the rest. I have a particular question though. Why is this particular play the choice at this time, if I may ask? Is there a particular bias you have?
Yeah, that is, and I'll tell you, three reasons. The first one was a practical reason. It's a short play. Okay, it's a short play. Two, another practical reason, small cast. Okay, and then three, that tipped the scale, relevance. and so when I looked at, I was not going to do a short play, small cast that does not, it's not relevant to me or to the times. And so when I looked at that, and I realized that it's something that could be done. Mind you, this idea came to me on February 15th. And 16th, I assembled the cast members that I knew, and then we started talking. So, and I knew that they could also relate to the play, especially since we are all Cameroonians. And then we're living this in both worlds, abroad, and in a sense is relevant abroad, in a sense is relevant in Cameroon at different levels. So we were able to tune in, like Patricia said, there's no going forward, there's no going backward. We seem to have been locked in a space, just like survivors were for 3-4 years now as Cameroonians. And those of us in America for 4 years, we are getting a little relief now.
Right.
Yes, so that is how this came about.
Okay, I'm not surprised. I expected your third reason to be part of it. That's the relevance. And again, I'm not surprised the performance was that brilliant. Of course, you are all seasoned cast members. All I can say is please keep it up. And thank you for inviting me to the forum at the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's take a Perpetual Chiangong and then Professor Bilndi. Yes, Dr. Chiangong from Germany.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from Berlin. Thank you so much, Sister Joyce and the cast. When you first performed this play, I think I was in Form 4 or so. So I have no memory of the performance, but I've also had the privilege to work with Professor Bole Butake. So it's like sort of a very emotional, this theater experience. Actually, my question is, my contribution is more of a comment, because I really love the tone of the performance. It was real, in spite of the fact that it's virtual. How you use your stage properties were really engaging, and also the dramatic tension and suspense too were like really lived. And I would like to comment on the feminist perspective, because I told you informally that as soon as you said you were going to create this, to host this event, immediately I had a title of a paper in mind to sort of look at an African feminist discourse of this play, which I think is very, very relevant, because Butake killing Mboysi, it's actually a metaphor for the woman's problem, or the African woman's problem that is not ending, but at the same time also informing us about the agency that is in the African woman. So I think that the male characters actually want to use her body as a site for play, but she actually transforms that into a site for agency, which is just what African women are living today. So that's my take. And one question I'd like to ask is more of a practical question. Are we going to have access to the recording? I'll be happy to have it in order to write this paper fully. Thank you very much.
Like a typical Cameroonian that I am, we will discuss.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take Professor Bilndi, and I see Beverly Tata, and then we can wrap up. I have promised, dear actors, I have promised another performance. So we need to wrap up so we can discuss that and see who is available and whether we can do it. But I've promised, that is what I have done. I mortgage you people without asking. Okay, Professor Bilndi.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, and
thank you very much. This is more to greet each and every one of you in the panel, and thank you for this spectacular performance. It touches me right to the heart and to the core because the theme, the central theme of the play you just performed is something that I hold so dearly to. I remember one of the titles I've written is The Repressed Expressed. And there is no better way than in Survivor, where the repressed, expressed, or transform their oppressions into spiritual pathways for liberation, and liberation at every cost. And the sacrifice of the woman for the survival of every society. The statement that it is a feminist play, it is just more than a feminist play, because the role of the woman, Butake could not have expressed it any better. We know the woman is pivotal. Take away the woman, right? Society falls apart. And we have said it, we've all listened. And just to say, Survivor is all about women, and we are surviving thanks to women. And Mboysi, in the play, you did a great job. Tala Philip, my bosom classmate from Form 1 through the ages, I'm glad to see you, and knowing fully well your acting career did not begin in Yaoundé. You began it in Form 2. Don't forget.
That's right.
Lorenzo with Shakespeare. Okay. So I want to thank the cast very well. I thank you very, very much. And I look forward to continued discussions like this on Cameroonian literary production.
Thank you.
I would like this known. I am a herald. I am a torchbearer. We produce literature. Let's talk about our literature.
Correct.
If we don't toot our horns, nobody will do it for us.
Miyaka.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so much.
I would leave the floor to somebody else.
Okay, so I'll take, since we've women have been touted here, I'll take 2 women and we'll stop so I can have a discussion with the cast and we can decide what we are doing so that we can get going. Fortunately, it's not a long play, so I'm hoping that we can reprise it easily. So Beverly Tata.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's amazing to be here. My name is Beverly Tata. I'm a master's student from the University of Bamenda, performing in visual arts. So I love the experience. I love everything. It's a pleasure to witness a visual play like this. And I want to say it was really great and I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And as one of my late teachers used to say, Dr. Tume, he used to tell us that things like this are good and we should learn how to follow up stuff like this. So my question is, I want to really know, I want to find out, did Bole Butake in The Survivors see feminism as a threat to the society? Did it result, is that a reason why he had to kill Mboysi? Because it's so complex, because Mboysi here, it's a very powerful woman, and maybe he felt like too much power could result to a problem. So did it contribute to him killing Mboysi?
We would, I think we would speculate that if we look at his other works, because Mboysi, I think if you look at Butake's oeuvre, I am not familiar with the Family Saga and Dance of the Vampires. The later plays, I don't know intimately, but the trilogy, if I look at from the Lay God, Survivors, and Palm Wine Will Flow, Butake, some people say that he gives women agency, but don't give them total agency. In Lake God, they are the ones who are making things tick, but they don't carry things all the way. You have the Quifon and who still have power. And then when it comes to empowerment with flow, Kwengong has power, but until she has to transform to get power. It's as if, and it's some problem that you have also with other writers. It's like it's my quarrel with Chinua Achebe in Things Fall Apart. You look at the only woman there that is supposed to be somebody, you have Chielo, that is when she becomes the priestess of Agbala and is doing some crazy things. And we don't, so it's as if, do you have to be a priestess, you understand, before you have agency. So I guess you have a point there. But like I always tell my students, you can only back up your answer with evidence from the text. So just go to his works, see whether you can find the evidence to make that argument, and you have yourself a nice article.
Yeah, and just to add, Joyce, you see, like in the previous play, Lake God, you see, a woman has power only when she's part of communality, when she is in a group, but when she's left alone, like Yvonne facing her husband, then the husband
she's powerless.
She's powerless.
So
well, having said that, just one moment, Prof. Having said that, what power does Angela have over the phone?
Yeah,
we may say it ends in a stalemate, but what power has she
doesn't
got?
She doesn't really have any power, because one thing with Butake does not locate any real agency, because they are part of, they are presenting what you call a contested Western paradigm. We know he's not dealing with them. Power is with the Nkaisai. Is in Nkaisai Makusham and the women.
Yes.
Angela is in that play like an ornament, and
yes. But she wields power. That's
over
my
the
point.
phone.
She wields power over the phone, and the phone is supposed to be the voice of that society.
But that's destructive power, which is what we can also blame Butake for showing as if a woman's
promoting destructive power.
Yes, it looks as if when a woman is alone, her power is destructive. She can, like Butake said, can only work within a communal frame. But let us not go too much into that. I want us to get, I saw Judith Foyabo, if we can get, and if Sister Edith, yes, and that's it, so that we can, I see our audience also dropping, and because we want to regroup and see what we can do for the over 200 people who could not get in. So is Judith still there?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Hey, I am just excited. I am super, super excited to see my very own people doing groundbreaking work. That's just it. I knew Dr. J was up to something, but I had no idea what was going to happen.
You are bereaved, my friend. I tried not to involve you, so I don't know who got you involved.
I know. That notwithstanding, I just had to get up early in the morning. I'm in California to log on, and then when I saw Trailblazing Theater,
thank you.
I called it Zoom Theater. I had to just activate my networks. Please come and join. Just come and see what these people are doing. After 32 years, and you pull off something like this, and I couldn't help to mention my dear blooming mamas, Dr. Pat and Ernestine, and one of the panelists, Aggie. Thank you, and thank you all actors and for reenacting this really important thing, meaning feminism. It's been there for a long time, okay? It's just that life takes a turn, and we finally find out why women were put on this earth. I want to say one thing. I do believe that Butake was ahead of his time.
He was.
He did put feminism in a society that did not even know what it was. So he was starting off something that we didn't even know. And I believe that he only appears the way he appeared, like the officer was just saying, that he appeared like he didn't push it forward. I just believe that it's because he was in a society that had not seen it, but he wanted to put light to it, and also probably did not want to be chastised for bringing down the men by putting up the women. Anyways, that's
thank you. Let me just read.
my point. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Judith Foyabo. Let me just read some of the questions that I see here that we've touched on. Dr. Leo Jampa says, how does it feel to do the play again after all these years? I think that how it feels is how it showed. Everybody says that it was done well, and that is because all the actors did it with all enthusiasm. I see Professor Etienne Lessy says Dr. Tanga is right. Mboysi's death might have been necessary to keep hope alive and save from egoistic strong men. She had become a strong man, in quotes, after discovering the power of a gun, like all those freedom fighters who turned out to be dictators. Think of Mugabe, Sekou Toure, Fidel Castro. And I think we have seen some of that even in our own community, where you have people who had good ideas, but as soon as they taste power, they change. And maybe that is why she killed Mboysi. But I will tell you also, as a writer, I could also think Butake got to that point, didn't know what to do with Mboysi. If she lived, what would she do? So I have a quarrel with the ending. It just ends abruptly. And then Mr. Martin Jumbam, a great writer in his own right, says, any plans to perform other plays? Joe Banafti's plays, for example, that is something that we are discussing, we're talking. It takes time. We have the jobs that pay the bills. So we would have to find a way that the bills, if you all are ready to pay next time to watch, we would be ready to come out again, because as you can imagine, we can't do this free all the time. It would not work. It would not work, you know? So if you guys can just put on the chat forum, yes, we will pay. Yes, we will pay. If I get 50 people say that, then we'll be coming to a laptop near you or a hall near you post-COVID. Okay, so thank you all. I saw one of my big sisters, Sister Edith Fielding. She's still in the audience. If you are, put up your hand. Is she there? Can you guys see her? Is her hand up? Maybe she left. Okay, so thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. We are glad, and we are going to take a break now. I talk with the actors, and we'll see whether we can do another show for those who missed out. I'm getting a lot of text messages. People are going to kill us, they'll mob us if we don't do. So thank you all. And I am going to end this. And no, I don't want to end this. I wish there was a way to disconnect participants so that the cast can stay on. Well, I'm disconnecting it, and panelists come back on.
I was gonna say yes.
Yes, okay.
Sign back
Thank you all. Stop the recording. Blessed or
Masam.
Masam.